Chromie being one, for example.
Well, let's check in with the players here who are ready to drop their insight about the match coming your way.
Granit Gaming is a full German team now. I think that they're super strong, honestly, because they're gonna have much more synergy being able to speak their native language. I think they're gonna have an edge, a bit of an edge actually, because they have Wolfjo and he has a nice long beard. So we're gonna have probably a hard time, especially against Wolfjo and his supporting play this weekend coming up. The series against Granit Gaming is gonna be such an interesting series because I think that both teams are actually having super strong moments, but we're both really bad at the game. But I think, honestly, yeah, I think we're gonna easy 3-0 them.
Yeah, I'm very excited with the Monkeys. I think this is one of the more important matches for us because losing this would mean that Crucible would not be too far away for us, but winning this would also mean that Crucible is avoidable for us. And the same goes for Monkeys because we have both beaten Zealots and kind of an equal spot. So the match will decide. I want the team not to be in Crucible anymore since they made some changes, they got me in, and I want the team to perform better than before.
Crosby says it in a little bit of a harsher manner than I would probably say it. There are moments where they have had look spectacular, and there are moments where things do fall apart a little bit. But
it's kind of fun whenever pros especially say about, well, we're both bad at the game. It's something that we have heard from Alex, for example, in the past. So when they are saying we're bad at the game, it's like, I missed the drag. I'm a horrible player. Misses one drag, annihilates 9 people in the process, something like that. But yeah, so a little bit of memeing going on there as well from the Monkeys, as we are used to by now. And today is going to be an important one. This is actually a really important weekend for them. And it's kind of funny because whenever you talk to them and it's like, hey, you have a really tough week coming, it's like, really? It's like, do you look at the standings? And it's like, well, we're playing our games, but this, and it looks at the standings and it's like, oh my God, we have to win. We have to actually win this.
Well, we'll see if they can win it as we start the matchup. The Battleground #1 is ready to go, and we're going to Curse Hollow. Braxton sold out and Dragonshire will be banned out for our teams. Monkeys will be having the pick on the Battleground, meaning that Granit Gaming will have first pick.
And the Monkeys have done really well here so far when you look towards Curse. So I love this map. I love that we see it a little bit more now than we have seen in Phase 1. We had now 10 games on Cursed Hollow already, and it's just a super fun map, at least from my perspective. The games that you have there, they're just so different. The boss plays, tribute, making a push somewhere with a camp. And that's absolutely what I love about the decision-making process that we see on Cursed Hollow. So it's going to be great to see who's going to take the lead in the series here. Now, honestly, don't really know what to expect. Granit Gaming was getting better and better. Monkeys have also surprised us a bit heading into Phase 2, since they openly stated that with a lot of their players being half-time, since they are still at university or are going back to university, that they are practicing a bit less than other teams, still trying to get at least 3 hours of scrimming in every day. That's like 1 block that Europeans usually do. They have done a lot better than I thought. So right now they can prove that again. And as we heard from Memecraft, whoever wins here has a better chance to move out of those Crucible slots.
For me, I'm kind of excited to see where exactly these two teams are in terms of power levels. Their last week's series were a little bit difficult for both. I mean, you look over to the Monkeys, and they had a face-off against Method, who is looking incredibly powerful. They got a 3-0 against them. And then you look over to Granit Gaming, who had a face-off against Tig. So last weekend, a bit of a wash for both these teams. They kind of got taken down on the ground. This will be a game that's a little bit more on their level, and we can get a feel for where their strengths are, where their cons are, and especially for Granit Gaming, how this roster swap is really starting to affect their lineup.
With the bans also, that's another thing, of course, with the third ban now coming in that can have a huge impact on some teams, especially if you have a team that has maybe a smaller hero pool on one particular player. You can try and target that outside of simply following the meta. Talking about meta, the Haka for Macro Game, for Granit Gaming here right away. And I'm particularly curious about if one of the teams is actually going to show some Asmodan. Not necessarily on Cursed Hollow here, just talking about the entire series. But it would be cool to also see the second rework gain a little bit of attention from HGC. I definitely don't expect him to be a staple as Reina seems to be right now.
Yeah.
But it would be cool if in niche situations you would now still fall back onto the hero.
Let's just draft Black Arts Bay. Asmon's insane there.
No.
You don't miss that map at all? You don't miss the pirate and the doubloons?
I leveled Urel on my Smurf account
Yeah.
to 5, and I had Blackheart Spade twice, so no. Just no.
Dang, man. Missing out.
Definitely no. That's a no on my part. Zeratul taken super early here. Dehaka, Zeratul, and Malfurion. So also taking the option of going into Zeratul away from the Monkeys, because Monkeys have played Zeratul here too.
That they have. Seen it from Alex Saprogi whenever he's in 1v9 mode. I don't know if we'll get that today. If he does go that route, there are other options. Monkey's thinking about their ban here. Typically when you have a Zeratul, you want to try and stay away from any type of wombo combos that can pop off. They decided to ban out Diablo. In a way, Lightning Breath can be that way, but you still have the option to go into APOC if you go for a true blow-up composition. It's a little bit rare. Blaze is a ban here for Granit Gaming.
Which leaves Urel open.
Yo.
Alex can now head into Urel if he wants to. And we have still the option for the Cowboy. Trying to get Jimmy in here after Fnatic has heavily relied on Reyna on the last in the last series.
All 5 games.
Yep, every single one of them.
And Raynor in the mix. There's Urel.
And
Will we get Raynor? No, we're getting Li Ming.
I mean, Urel doesn't really come as a surprise. And with Reyna, I think we still have... usually in the first weekend when you have a new hero coming in, or when you have a hero being heavily reworked and showing some potential, teams really experiment a lot, I would say.
Yeah.
Normally, 1 or 2 weeks later, the pick rate normalizes a little bit more, where everybody agrees on where the power level is for that specific hero. But especially with the 3rd ban coming in, we are going to see quite a bit of Reyna depending on the bans. But with the setup here, could be that at least between those 2 teams, he doesn't really play a massive role. We still have Monkeys for the last pick after Phoenix was now taken for the auto attack damage on the side of Granit Gaming, and we have Garrosh. Pretty nice setup for them here, actually. I'm really liking the way that they've drafted this.
What is this, a Tracer pick? For Monkeys?
Without a second support, I mean, you could
He's
still...
scary.
Tassadar, by the way, banned in the last series every single game. Here, he hasn't even been touched. And it is Greymane instead for the Menagerie.
And that should be from Make there.
And I'm already liking this. So Tracer this time not really playing a role. Tassadar not banned out. So the team's really respecting... It's a lot of mind games that are happening, and I feel that's more so true for the previous series where we had Zealots going up against Fnatic, simply because Quacknix knows Fnatic, of course, so well. So he knew exactly what kind of playstyle they would love to play against them, and therefore a bit more target bans against those compositions. But this is a completely different style of drafting that we have now, so the meta definitely shifting very much with the 3rd ban here.
I actually really enjoy Granite's draft here. Being able to force fights how they want to. I enjoy Zeratul on this map way too much with the ability to the late game, as long as you don't get bodied too hard in the first curse. They look pretty strong, and of course you have Dehaka, which is always a staple here. If you're able to grab him, you can kind of force fights and also keep that experience lead, which is always important at Crystallo.
Yeah, I like it too. So I get a solid draft for them. Makes me want to play Hero League Europe again.
Why?
North America has this tendency to draft very interesting heroes. I had a lot of Zarya coming in lately for some reason. I was like, maybe I just got unlucky, but I was like, really? Like, it's a bit odd. And a couple of Rexar picks where I was just like, okay, I get it. We're playing Braxis, or we're playing Dragonshire, but still, could we not?
Rexar was insane, okay? Don't hate on Misha. Or Misha will hate on you.
You had to say that. Greymane, played by Marke, Remaballer currently on Muradin. We have the Monkey King on Urel, Splendor on Deckard, and Crosby on Li Ming for the Monkey Menagerie in game number 1.
On the right side in the red, Darkmark on Dehaka, Wolf Joe on Malfurion, Memecraft on Phoenix, Raid Boss on Zeratul, and Nande on Garrosh.
Wolf Joe's beard highlighted here again.
It's beautiful.
It's actually really interesting because I feel it gives him an extra... He's a little bit stronger with the beard on the support role, because nearly every single support that is in the game has a long beard.
Yeah, you're getting tuned. That's why Dunk Train's such a good support too.
Yeah, exactly. It's the secret behind supports. That's also why Azalea is now starting to grow a bit of a beard. I mean, it's still a pitiful attempt, but at least he's trying to.
It's like 3 little hairs
to boost his support play.
Could you imagine Zelia with a full beard? He'd be unstoppable.
Going full Viking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
He could play the Vikings as support. That'd be insane.
Yeah, you're a little bit insane right now.
you're talking about insane. If we want to talk about other sports, I think Tyrande is insane on Talk Bass. She is so good.
Yeah.
She's my latest love in the support world. Memecraft taking some damage here in the bottom. Oof, you gotta be careful, buddy, as he waddles away.
I have no problem, by the way, picturing you as the guy that picks a Tyrande solo support if it's the last spot to be taken. I have no trouble seeing that.
77% win rate. What up, my dude? What up?
All right. Trying to wrap my head around that as Tim comes in with his picks again after we had to deal with Ragnaros last time. Now it's solo support Tyrande. But I actually wouldn't mind a couple of blow-up comps with the Tyrande as a second pick here. Not as a solo, but with some additional assistance. A mirrored in Tyrande comp, a good old stun-to-stun setup and a blow-up.
Yeah.
Wouldn't really be too shabby, so maybe we're going to see her one day again. But for now, what we're seeing is more action around Deckard Kane and Fury and the two supports that are both represented in this game. And the Monkeys with a really early night camp here, trying to get some pressure through the mid lane. Especially timed, of course, with a tribute that would allow them to do a bit of damage if they push it in accordingly.
Gonna get the upper hand here, especially with them pushing in. Granit Gaming can start theirs afterwards. Although they're clear on the Merc camps. A little on the lower side. They're gonna need Phoenix to rotate to the middle here so they can deal with that night camp. And with him finally showing up, they should have a suitable defense. Meanwhile, bottom lane is going to be getting some attention as Deckard Kane comes down to help out Urel.
Yeah, that camp in the middle is not really going to be able to do too much here, but we have Greyman rotating over up to the top. So, but at this point, we have a very, very passive game from both of these teams. Basically, it's just a bit of mercenary camp pressure that we're seeing from the Monkeys, thanks to Greyman being in the mix. And outside of that, Granit Gaming is just sitting tight. They want to get into the mid and late game here with Zeratul. They're not really willing to force any fights aggressively early on, but they still have their own pressure through the bottom of the map now. Unfortunately for them, that's also where the tribute spawns. That's going to be an easy defense with no repercussions on the side of the Monkeys.
Yahtzee, look at this level 1 and level 4 pickup here. For Li Ming, we're going into a charged blast build.
Yeah, completely.
We're getting level 7 as well?
No Calamity?
No Calamity.
Like, I don't know. We'll see about that pretty soon. Drag attempt here against Make, but he dodges. And we seriously have to teach you at some point what Yahtzee means.
I'm excited for that. That was good. That was a positive Yahtzee.
That's still not how that works.
I'm excited with the Charge Blast.
Splendor with the tribute taken here. I mean, this was a pretty easy one. The problem for Granit Gaming was that there was a siege tank camp at the top. So if they rotate down, then the camp is going to do a lot of work here. Granit could have just laid the Haka there and play around that, but decided to give it up instead. Now they're trying to go for Crosby.
The Globe.
Who steps out a little bit too much, tries to go for the Globe. And there's the drag that gets dodged, and Crosby goes down. Don't greed for Globe, kids, when you don't have vision on them.
Yep. Especially if you're a mage, even with your ability to teleport there only me.
He nearly got away, by the way. That was actually, from his perspective, that was really well done. He dodged a lot there.
Yeah.
And also, we have Calamity taken on level 7. I'm really happy for that. That's just a talent you cannot let go. If you're a Li Ming player, Calamity is a must-have.
Jenga.
I'm honestly gonna kick you.
Jenga's a negative thing. That means the entire tower came down. See?
At this point, Monkey Menagerie has a monopoly on the tribute position.
That is nice. But the Chutes and Ladders comes down the bottom left. The scroll comes out. Maka in trouble, but he's able to kite away. Look at that.
Yeah, but, well, we have at this point Memecraft starting to move in.
Ooh, drag.
He's a hungry hippo and trying to get a kill here as they are going for Maka, and they confirm that.
That they do. Rimmer has the ability to disrupt from the back right. They decide against it, though. With them already having a tribute, they don't have to force anything. Granit Gaming will go ahead and grab a tribute themselves, 1-1.
It was a really good kill and a nice setup here, too, for them. But still, it's... The one thing that really surprised me a little bit is that they are so passive, like both of them. They only have like snap decisions over any tribute, but we see very little aggression around anything else. When we see rotations on the map, it's mostly from camp to camp.
Yeah.
We had one setup at the top from Granit Gaming where they were trying to get that trap against Li Ming. It was a successful one that secured the kill. It's just still, after this explosive series between Fnatic and Zealots, this is a very different pace that we're watching.
It makes sense for Granit Gaming, as you mentioned. Getting to the mid-game is a major goal for them as they want to get to level 10, and of course level 16 for Zeratul. But I did expect a little bit more aggression from Monkeys on the left side, especially with Calamity coming online at level 7. The ability for you to jump in, get a Stormbolt, lock down somebody with a Scroll, Greymane, and Li Ming should equal resets. They just had a little bit too much disruption on that bottom left tribute where Granit was in trouble.
All right, now I want to really see some play around Dehakas Global. They take the camp, I like that. That's a really cool move from Granit because it's going to put pressure onto the mid lane. And the Monkeys will have to decide if they want to split someone off to defend or if they make the aggressive play for the tribute. Now, there is, of course, still a chance that the Monkeys are going to give this up. Granit Gaming is likely to hit level 10 just a few seconds faster than them, so maybe they're going to make the decision, just let this go. And they actually do. Instead, they're making a bit of a cheeky boss play down here. I like this. Granit Gaming's attention is currently drawn to the top. They're all just setting up for it, so the Monkeys instead make the play for the boss at the bot lane. It's actually a pretty smart move to dodge the situation. And Rema Baller is, in the meantime, delaying it for as long as he can.
A lot of time with Murd in there. Don't want to be in a position where it gets picked, though. Has to play it careful. Oh, he gets caught, though, into a taunt. Damage coming out, and he pops the Avatar to stay alive with 10 connecting. The Salvo also hits. Rimmer continues to stay alive, and he'll be able to get out. Ooh, here comes the VP, though, as Granit Gaming wants to secure the kill. The root and the focus, there it is.
Murden is down, but the boss is now taken and goes to the bot lane. But there's still a bit of pressure here in the middle, especially since the spell aura of the Night Camp is in play. Alex jumps out. The Monkey King himself cannot be locked down that easily. He attempts to push himself into a position where he can 1v9 again. Already the boss at the bot lane going through the tower here. And that's where now Granit Gaming has to field the defense.
We'll set the defense. Getting a kill for them. Feels pretty nice, though. And they'll be able to deal with that boss and not lose too much in that fort. Just a little bit of damage. Zeratul going to keep an eye on the boss in the top right corner just in case Monkey's trying to go for another cheeky play. But they're going for a pretty standard one. As they grab the Night Camp here in the middle, they'll have that pushing in while they attempt to set up for this tribute, which spawns in about 15 seconds. If Granit Gaming is able to win this team fight, they'll be able to take away a curse.
Yeah, and this is now one that you have to simply fight for. That's why Deckard is already starting to set up here. We have Nanda interrupting Alex for a second as he tries to move through, but that isn't really of any consequence. We haven't really seen a kill for the Monkeys here. They're just trying to play the map at this point, and this tribute is, of course, going to become important, but Granit Gaming is even giving it up. They have Zeratul in the middle, and they're just saying, guys, we need to defend against that, so that's exactly what they do. So we're gonna have a tribute fight very soon for the first curse in the game. Granit Gaming is slightly ahead in experience, despite the boss. And Monkey Menagerie is going to try and correct that by moving into the bot lane and destroying a fort. Or attempting to destroy one. And it just works out. The hero minion is there.
Last minute comes in for the takedown. So first fort of the game goes over to the Monkeys, but they're still a little bit behind in experience. The 3 kills that Granit Gaming has been able to grab has been enough to keep them in that lead. The Monkeys, on the same even talent here, go for a fight raid boss with the pretty sick juke there.
Get juked, son. That was actually really well done by him. Rema Baller completely out-juked. I mean, thanks to the wormhole here, that worked out beautifully for Zeratul. But the level 13 talent for Granit Gaming is now within reach. And we talked about this a bit in the beginning. They want to reach the late game, so the more they can work towards that without falling behind, it's going to be great for them. And they're going to get that 13 just in time for that tribute if they play their cards right. They have still some experience to be gathered at the top lane, and if they just control the middle, where Zeratul is currently trying to get an extra wave, they should hit that talent.
Monkey's trying to force the issue before that window closes on them. Zeratul working on 13, as you mentioned. The poke should be enough for Granit Gaming to look for this tribute. Monkeys themselves need 13, but they don't have time to soak up the experience. There's a wave in the middle that might get them close, but I don't think it will fully get them. They're going to have to delay as much as they can.
Now, this is an important series for both the teams, as we heard before. The isolation is in. Deckard attacked. Here comes the salvo. And the synergy comes out as we see a fantastic Void Prison. Just kidding. Tranquility comes out too, but the kills are still confirmed as we are seeing them step up to take down Greymane and Deckard. And Alex might also fall now. A triple kill. Job well done.
Gleaming unable to get the damage in there. Granit Gaming clearing it up.
It was actually really interesting to see that happening with the salvo coming out, then the Void Prison, and they still get the triple kill out of it. I mean, at first you look at it, it's like, uh-oh, and then you still get those kills.
Yeah, here's VP to actually stop all 3 targets that were focused down, but Make, low on health, goes in the battle in the corner. Dakota comes out, and there's that clean.
Yeah, Memecraft just got memed. That's what happened there.
Or Dr. Strange. Gets set up, damage comes out, Alex falls eventually too. And the boss is also taken while the curse is grabbed. Granit Gaming set up for a large play here in the top lane.
I mean, this game started really slow, and for the first 10 minutes, there wasn't really a lot that happened here. A little bit of a macro play with the boss that got stuck at the bot lane, but outside of that, there wasn't too much going on. But now all of a sudden, you have this explosive team fight where Granit Gaming, despite the problems with the salvo and Void Prison, are able to get a triple kill. And then on the back of that, it's just an easy curse. It's a boss, and of course, this is going to hurt a lot. Especially Dehaka, already down at the bot lane. The one thing with the boss is always, or when you get a curse, is always that your opponent is going to lose the minion waves so quickly. So if you don't have heroes in each single one of these lanes, you don't get that XP.
Yeah.
Your own lane pushes in, so your opponent can just sit tight and grab that experience later on. So most of the time, your experience lead comes from you destroying structures. But now Granit Gaming had Zeratul in the middle for a little bit, Dehaka at the bottom, and they get a massive lead.
Nande finds another pick, goes in for a taunt afterwards, Salvo to come out afterwards. Our defender will be used for Urel to go ahead and heal on up, but Rimmer might not be so lucky here. Trying to escape, dodges out on the stun, and he'll be getting to safety, but Alex Aproji, he gets tossed in the back left corner, and Alex gets cleaned up too, as Granit Gaming continues to push in the top lane, and they still have a healthy boss.
7 kills against 0, and the keep is being attacked here. Already the attempt to lock down Li Ming. Not able to get that though, but the fort, the keep, is still about to fall. We have the fort in the mid lane also still being chased down. It's like 3 levels ahead already. Massive wave at the bot lane. Boss is still up. Fort in the middle is an easy pick if they just move in and do a little bit of damage. Granit Gaming is completely dominating this now. 7 kills to 0.
Catapult pressure on the top lane at 12 minutes. There's a cleanup as well. Okay, so Monkeys looking to absorb some experience here, and they do have 2 out of 3 tributes. So the ability to take back the map is possible for them once they hit level 16. They may consider getting up to this next tribute. But Granit Gaming, the world is their oyster right now, as they're able to take out the Night Camp, look at the Giants, even dance around the boss a little bit. You have Zeratul down there.
Coming into Phase 2, everyone expected the Monkeys to be in a really shaky spot, and then they performed well against Zealots and also took quite a bit of... they played really nice deals against Team Liquid. Those were the 2 games where everyone said, okay, these seem to be a lot better than expected. But to be honest, right now they're starting to fall exactly into that spot within the standings where we expected them before the phase started. And that's starting to become a little bit worrisome. So far, it's only 1 game. They haven't even lost that yet. But that trend that we see goes the opposite direction of what the Zealots are currently pulling off. Zealots are getting stronger and stronger from every single series to the next, whereas for the Monkeys, it just seems to be a downhill race.
On the other side, Granit Gaming looking to be a little bit stronger here. Missing out on some combos here and there. We have the anti-synergy in the middle. We didn't have the follow-up for Li Ming in the top left corner. But you can see their improvement and them working together as a team. Now, 16 hits for the Monkeys, which this is their chance here if they want to get back in the game to be in a spot where they get a fight. And then, of course, grab this tribute, which will be spawning right above here. Everyone's dancing around this boss where the main action will be. The longer Granit Gaming dances, though, the better it is for Catapults, who are pushing in the top lane. Nice
damage here now on the side of Raid Boss. With Zeratul, he's really performing. And I feel that role swap that we've seen from Granit Gaming also works out extremely well for them. Nande seems to be more comfortable in that frontline position, and Raid Boss is definitely performing here on the damage output. Already, here comes the fight. Salvo comes out. Splendor low, and he goes down as the first kill gets confirmed. Granit Gaming now with 8 kills against 0, and they're looking for a second one against Ramaballer. Raid Boss jumping in, gets some extra pressure out. Void Prison comes out in the follow-up attempt as the Roots are on the ground.
Lock him down. Tarkma comes in. There's the toss, and the Dwarf is taken away. Monkeys lose 2. Granit Gaming turns around, looks at the boss. They will have a camp in the middle. Should probably think about clearing up pretty soon. But with Giants pushing in the bottom left and a boss to pick up soon, they can also move in and start to grab a second keep of the game. Tribute still up and available for grabbing. Alex Aproji trying to get cheeky and sneak it away. He's not going to get that, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of optimism on the side of Alex to think that he actually can take the tribute and curse the opponent. So, yeah, tries to sneak it out, but they're paying attention. They already know what's going to happen, and someone is ready for the interrupt. And Alex was, of course, not going to stay around. Can't really pull that off. If he stays too long there, he's going to get locked down and falls. But this is the moment where Granit Gaming is going to aim for the second keep. They're going straight to the bot lane. We also have the catapult pressure mounting up to the top. Dehaka is already getting experience in the middle, and things are definitely rough for the Monkeys. They are only on level 17, or they will be in a few seconds, but Granit Gaming is definitely trying to set everything up for victory here.
Scroll comes out, big damage, big taunt. Granit Gaming gets 1. They look at Make 2, drag connects. That's going to be a second pick off while Rimmer is attempting to escape. He'll be able to get away. With no damage available for the Monkeys, their keep is in trouble.
And they haven't gotten a single kill yet in this game. Rema Baller is also being taken down now, 12 kills to 0. Nearly level 20, the keep is going to fall, and it looks very much as if Granit Gaming is going to walk straight towards the core to end game number 1 here on Cursed Hollow. Strong performance by them, 12 kills to 0, the sprays comes out, going for the tricked sprays here immediately. Alex with a bit of a B-step attempt, but even that is not looking strong. Tries to jump out. Void Prison comes out of Granit Gaming, memeing around for sure here in this game. And Monkeys, they are taken apart here in the first game. 1-0 lead for Granit Gaming, Cursed Hollow.
Really all kind of boils down to that experience lead that was available on that third tribute that was available. You saw the Monkeys dancing around, trying to buy time, trying to get that experience so they can have an even fight. But Granit Gaming able to force the issue thanks to a Dark Mog burrow as he comes in from the back and finds Decker Kane, and from there it just felt like that was all she wrote. That's 13 kills to 0, and a 1-0 lead is the final score for Granit.
They got pretty much destroyed in that game. I must feel pretty brutal. They were looking to play a game where Li Ming is just poking